Welcome back to Trenton State Dynasty. NC State on the schedule today. We also will potentially face, well, we'll definitely face these teams at some point. Cal, BC, and Wake to finish out the year. 4 straight road games is a pretty tough stretch. That basically means recruiting is coming to an end for us because we're not really going to have any of those visits to potentially boost things up. So what you see is basically what you get. Hopefully, we're able to finish out here and get Mike Clinton. Alex Salmon is a big potential. Ohio State's making a real push. Tracy Tolbert would be nice. A lot of these players are on the verge of committing. I'm worried that Mike Cook is going to end up going to Tennessee. We're going to end up needing to put more points there. Oliver Scherf is a big-time 4-star quarterback. This would be an incredible get. Amazing speed and accuracy and arm strength. What a player. UAB's making a real run. UAB and Auburn have visits. We're going to have to max out, go 75 points if we want a chance. Hopefully Sam Good will also end up joining as well. Deep threat at 6'4", 195. Could be a pretty nice get for us. NC State on the schedule today. We are the number 6 team in the nation. NC State is rated extremely well. They're an 88 overall with one of the best defenses we faced the entire year. This could be a challenge. This video is sponsored by Underdog. It's the best place to play daily fantasy sports. They've got so many different specials like this one. If you're a new customer, you get a free pick for Brock Purdy, higher 0.5 total yards tonight. They have these types of deals all the time. You can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash if you're a first-time depositor when you use code Bengal. That link is down in the description to Underdog. Use code Bengal. This is what I'm running for Thursday. I only put $5 on it, but we could make as much as $28.50. Brock Purdy, higher fantasy points. Matthew Stafford, lower passing yards. And Kyron Williams, higher rushing yards. My initial inclination was actually to go big on Stafford and Puka Nacua and maybe even Cooper Kupp tonight. And then I checked the numbers, and the 49ers have allowed a shockingly low amount of passing yards. They're actually second best in the league this year. There are some weird matchups in there, like the Bills snow game, but they've held Baker Mayfield in check. They've held Geno Smith in check. And honestly, 250 passing yards for Matthew Stafford is kind of a lot. I know they're getting into rhythm offensively, but I think it could end up being a big Kyron Williams night, going him higher 75.5 rushing yards. And I am going to take the lower on Stafford passing yards at 249.5. And I just think Brock Purdy's pretty much a shoo-in for close to his fantasy points every single night. So thinking he just ends up going a little bit over tonight. So that is the entry for Thursday Night Football. Use code Bengal on Underdog. Get so many great rewards as a result. Link is down in the description, and thank you to Underdog for sponsoring this video. NC State takes the field here in North Carolina. Of course, be weird if they weren't for a home game. Carter Finley Stadium. ACC football trying to knock off a top 10 team in the nation in your Trenton State Titans. A little bit of wind should help this become a touchback, and it will be. NC State starts with the football on their own 25. Hollywood Smothers is the man to watch for NC State. Big-time running back. And we've been beat by the run before. I feel like our pass defense is mostly pretty good. We can get gashed on occasion. You know, our corners are still developing, and it's going to be a quarterback run and a big hit for Mitch Dora. I will say that a lot of changes were made recently, and we might actually have it in settings now, so that I no longer have switch stick. This might actually end up saving. I'll have to reset that in the menu. But that would be a welcome change. I've complained about it for only a few months now, to be fair. But it's been fixed. Here's a run, and they're actually just going to hit that gap. Oh, my goodness. Thought he was going to be a little bit more patient there, maybe try to take that up the gut, but no. Full head of steam, and just carried through to the gap and hit it hard for a first down. Play action. Some type of screen it almost looked like. But nope, just a quick throw on a drag. You can usually tell if it's a screen based on how the offensive linemen block, but nobody took a step up there, and now the quarterback's taking a big step back. Morgan Merriman brings down Bailey, who's going to be getting up very, very slowly, walking gingerly. Looks like the update has already made gameplay feel really, really different. I'm not sure if that was something that was even changed intentionally, but it feels very different. As NC State only musters a yard on 3rd and 20. And our offense will get the football. Defense played great. NC State doesn't even make it past the 30 when all is said and done. And if they did briefly, it's certainly over now. As Salmon had a chance, but you just don't really get to see 98 speed make much of an impact as a returner. They never really get a chance to get that full head of steam, regardless of what their acceleration is. So that's a little bit disappointing. But we'll see what the offense is capable of. I don't really think we've played to our full potential. This is a tough road game. I'm curious on whether or not we're actually going to be able to come through and play like the number 6 team in the nation or not. Our defense started out great. However, I don't know that we've had big problems on defense. I think moving the football consistently has been more of an issue. And throwing screens when you can't see where the boundary corner is or the guy you're throwing to, that can be a challenge. And that obviously was. 3rd and 6. Get on the move with Streeter. Give us a block up the field. There you go, Durante Basher. First down for Streeter. Want to use his mobility a little bit more. I feel like that has kind of gone by the wayside here lately. He's someone that can really, really run. And if we're not using that ability, we're doing our offense a disservice. Designed throw here for Zach Poole. They're in a zone defense. We got the bubble. We got Poole in space. Oh, a little burst, but can't get more than a yard. It'll be 3rd and short. And that's a really good opportunity to give the ball to Joey Boozer. Win or lose, we booze. And we might be winning if we hand the ball off to Joey Boozer. Been a very good player for us this season. Coming up on near 1,000 yards. Could potentially get it in this game, although I find that a little unlikely. And that is nearly intercepted as we get a throw at a sack. Bad animation. Didn't get the button for Joey Boozer to pop up. I didn't know if he was RB or Y. I've thrown so many picks making those mistakes before. Decided to just hold on to the football until we knew for certain as Branham gets us 8. It's another 3rd and short. You can bet who's getting the football. It's number 21. Got to be 21 to enter the end zone. And Joey Boozer might be doing exactly that very soon here. There's a gain of 10. Emmett Lemons will get the touch pass here. He does have very good speed and might have a chance to get to the edge here. Lemons up and over. Helicopters into the end zone. Touchdown, Trenton State Titans. Lemons flying through the air like a Greek god. Achilles. Nope. Apollo. I said it and instantly knew it was wrong. Apollo. Flying the burning chariot, the flaming chariot through the sky. Anyway, believe it or not, I don't actually think that happened. I don't have hard evidence, but I'm a skeptic. I wonder if they go more like classic runs to the running back here. We're going to see, because he's had some burst. Did they do something to the running game with this new update? These running backs are running a lot more decisively, making decisions a lot quicker, and getting up the field in a hurry. Could be something to watch out for. Or maybe Hollywood Smothers is just that guy. Little run blitz play action. Dora dropping back. Pass completed. And that's an NC State first down. I feel like we read that fairly well. But this offense, I know they haven't done a whole lot so far. It's so early in the game. But a lot of quick decisions. I'll say that. Of course, the sack was kind of debilitating for that offense. But they're getting rid of the football quickly when they throw it. They're hitting holes quickly when they decide to run it. There's an RPO. I think everything was open there. Here's a throw. Testing Allen. And Willie Allen comes away with the football. He has been such a ball hawk for us this year. Wasn't really even supposed to be a starter going into the year, but ended up throwing him in that CB1 slot. And he and Alani Allen have been mostly a decent pairing. I think Allen's been the more consistent of the two. But this is a team that looks like they're worthy of a college football playoff spot if our defense is going to play well and if our offense can become a little bit more consistent. Going to be looking at 3rd and 7 here. I'd love for Zach Poole to get open, but I think we're going to have Branham just box him out and make the catch. He drops it. One-on-one. It's a challenging catch, but I think that's one we really need to be making, personally. Pretty good punt. It's about best case scenario. Oh, they actually will get a return. Okay. Oh, Alani Allen spun around, turned around, nearly made the play. It's a really, really good throw. High level, good timing from Bailey. See if they run the football. I mean, we're going to at least clog up the lanes, and they're going to throw it right at Mitch Dora. Easy reads, user pick, green eggs and ham, easy reads. Mitch Dora exploring the NC State end zone. Yeah, no troll to stop him from crossing that bridge. Touchdown, Mitch Dora. I've gotten so corny as time has gone on. It's like everything needs a catchphrase. It's sickening. Mitch Dora, though, with the pick six. Anything but sickening. It's a beautiful play. And a nice return. Looks like a running back. Maybe Joey Boozer could share some carries with Mitch Dora. I don't know. I guess that actually is a possibility. You know, you can have two-way players in this game. I've just never done it. Can we potentially get Mitch Dora carries here? In-game? Might have to be done from the main depth chart. But you can definitely get defensive tackles in at fullback. Which, right now, we're only seeing offensive players. Maybe it needs to be done in the main menu. But 14-0. Excellent start here for your Titans. And we'll hopefully go on cruise control for the rest of the game. Play defense the way we've been. We're up to 2 possessions, but they do have the football. Really, plenty of opportunity to make this a one-score game. But a stop would put us in phenomenal position to win. It really would. Okay. Yeah, this running back's a bit of a problem. 5 rushes for 33 yards isn't nothing. He's run the ball pretty well. Let's play action. Ooh, wide open in the flat. Thankfully, that tackle's made by Christian Ellis. Bailey's already thrown 2 picks today. I've complimented his gameplay. But that just goes to show you can play a pretty perfect game. But it's the mistakes that are going to be what people end up remembering, and they can change a game. He's made some nice plays. He's made some really not nice plays, as that's another interception. This time, Alani Allen. That's a guy you want to try to beat down the field. He doesn't have incredible long speed, but what he does have is incredible size. At 6'3", it's going to be tough to lob the football over him. And Alani Allen shows the receiver ball skills and comes away with the football. Just too much size. That's like a 5'10" receiver. What did you expect? Need a perfect throw. Didn't get one. Honestly, I think I'm throwing short of the sticks here. I think we're going to let Zach Poole run after catch. I think that's probably the design. Get on the move. Throw it to Zach Poole. Make somebody miss, and he does! Poole's still going! Spinning back inside, and Zach Poole, that's why we force feed him the ball. He is a special player. Get him the football. Watch him go. Boozer making the catch. He's also got great ability after the catch, no surprise. And we're playing this drive really, really well. Don't know if we're going to go chew clock if this isn't a touchdown. Patience from Boozer. Yeah, I think we're going to turn that off. Play clock and game clock separated maybe by about 1.5 seconds. I swear I just turned chew clock off. Maybe not. All right, well. Stepping up, Henry Streeter. May have been the right move. He scrambles into the end zone for a rushing touchdown. I swear I turned it off. It's a lot of time off the clock there, though. I don't know. Either way, 21-zip to end the first half. NC State playing true to their 4-4 record. ACC just not ready for Trenton State football. That's all I found out today. That is the half. We've played pretty perfect so far. We've controlled the clock. We've done well on offense. Really haven't had a ton of third downs, or third and longs, really. We've had 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 a few times. Really hasn't been much of a challenge. And, I mean, we're controlling the game. Up 21-0. Just need to not make too many mistakes here in the second half. We played mistake-free football in the first half. Let's just try to take time off the clock and beat NC State with a combination of Joey Boozer and maybe some quick passes. You know I love running screens. That play had potential. Just could not find the space. Hoping that won't be the case this time around. Got decent blocks. The cuts are not really cutting right now at Joey Boozer. It's like we're playing in quicksand. 3rd and 4. How much space are they going to give us? We get that to Poole in a way, but he drops it. Not the way we wanted to start the second half. See if they return this. Going to try to play into the wind. It's a decent punt, but there's going to be an opportunity for a return. Oh, we fair caught it at some point, maybe. All right. Ooh, this is going to be... Okay, actually swallowed up pretty well. NC State, of course, has made it into Trenton State territory, maybe for the first time today, actually. Our defense has been very good. And that is a nice tackle from Morgan Merriman. 3rd down and 4. I mean, they're going to spread things out. I actually don't know if I love the idea of a blitz, all things considered. They're just so wide here. And, yeah, we just didn't play very well. But, thankfully, that pass is not hauled in. Maybe a little bit offline. Tough play for the receiver. But you'd expect him to make that play. And maybe that's why NC State's 4 and 4. But punting the football down 21 in the 3rd quarter on 4th and 4. I know they had a great punt, but that feels like losing football. There's absolutely no window for that. There's no window. Absolutely forced that, and the DB ran towards defenders instead of going to the house. It was never, ever there. I convinced myself that there was a possibility. We had Zach Poole, on a wheel, and it just was not the move. I just convinced myself right at this moment when we saw, this DB's hips open up towards this receiver, Alex Higdon. I'm like, okay, maybe we can throw it behind him, and you'll see that's when we throw the football. But he read it well in zone coverage, and I was really hoping 26 was going to follow Higdon. It didn't happen, and it might have been tough anyway, but we tried to beat the zone, and it was never going to happen when that route was not carried. So that is trying to do too much. Big mistake. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. Now the NC State punt looks like a brilliant decision, even though it's losing football. Big 3rd and 9. Honestly, pretty much everything should be 4-down territory for NC State at this point. Or, 4-down territory. I don't know. I mean, what does 21-3 really give you? You go, okay, we have points on the board. It's a confidence builder. No shot. Sure it is. Roughing the kicker. Well, I guess in a way it's 4-down territory. He's got 1st down for free. Well, congrats on the conversion. That was well earned. Unbelievable. Oh, we just got out of the way. Again, both gaps were open. They're not cutting anything up the middle. That's interesting. But I feel like if we give them the middle, it's an easier touchdown. Either way, NC State has now made it 21-7 because the game's bad, and it's roughing the kicker 50% of the time. Come on, Boozer. The cuts are just really slow right now. Did they remove kind of that speed burst you had when you planted? I don't know. The LT... maybe got it a little bit there. I don't know. This doesn't feel quite the same. They certainly didn't adjust wear and tear. Doesn't feel like it. Boozer's already -2 speed, -8 break tackle. Here's 3rd and 5. Probably 4-down territory for us. Just need a few yards here to make that a little bit more doable. And, of course, it's not really a good throw. So we can't have that momentum carry us up the field. Here's 4th and 4. It's an all-or-nothing play with the screen. And we got blocks for it. There's Zach Poole, 1st down. All or nothing on 4th down maybe doesn't seem to be the best idea, but the way I think about it, hey, 50% chance. Either you get it or you don't. And I think a screen's not really an awful idea. I'll tell you what I do hate, though, is why are all of the throws always enough to kill all momentum? If we could run up the field after any of these, they would actually be pretty awesome plays. Better to just get sacked there to end the quarter. Don't want to force the football. We spread the ball fairly evenly around. Looks like just take a few away from Zach Poole and add them to Alex Higdon. And it would be about even all the way across the board. But Poole is our best player. You know, our best receiver at least, so we want to get him the football. But there's Joey Boozer. And he is super banged up. High risk of injury. I wish there was like a, do you want to take him out button? That'd be a nice quality of life change. So we're going to rifle that one in there. Emmett Lemons. There's a first down. It's a bizarre defensive lineup here for NC State. I mean, it's very clearly going to be some type of zone. I don't like whatever look we're getting. Rolling out. Taking off with Streeter. We're going to duck out of bounds there. Didn't really love anything. We are in a spot where we absolutely do not need to force the football. We don't need to. Just make smart plays. That couldn't have developed any more slowly. It's wide open. We just can't get rid of the football. I'm so confused as to how that's the case. So confused. Yes, it's play action, but it took forever. The ball floated out there. We got no yards on that. Seems insane. But we're continuing to take time off the clock. Love to throw a touchdown here. How about that? Alex Higdon. This could be a touchdown. Up and over. It's another helicopter touchdown as these Titans continue to fly. And that might be the dagger, by the way. NC State down 28-7 with 5.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Good luck. I don't think it's going to happen. Inside 5 minutes now. Just keep them in bounds. Keep that clock running. I mean, that's fine. We just don't want to get beat over the top right now. Pretty much, like, anything is fine, except for big over-the-top touchdowns. Keep them in front of you, and keep them in bounds, I would say, most importantly. Well, actually, none of that has happened. NC State making a move here. They're going to have to hurry up. This is going to have to go exponentially faster. We gave them the middle. That's okay, though. I don't care about even giving up a touchdown in this spot. If we can do it and it's inside 3 minutes, maybe, I'm not worried about it at all. Stay in bounds. Get some extra yardage. That's probably a personal foul. They call that very seldomly in this game. 2nd and 6. Sack here would be huge. TFL would be nice. Big hit. Something. Bring him to the ground. All right, that basically ensures that I was going to say that they don't score outside 3 minutes, but they're going to hurry up. They still absolutely could. Big 3rd and 2. Playing over the middle, and that is a touchdown. All right. It's a good drive. I don't know where this was the entire game. And you know what I've noticed? Here's an interesting thought about it. There are a couple schools of thought here, right? So it's like, you ever notice at the end of the game when a team really needs a drive, like it's a touchdown a lot of the time? It's more roughing the kicker. Now, you could think, well, that's because teams are playing softer coverage, teams are giving you free yardage, it's easier to move the football. But I just kind of think teams move the ball better in a hurry-up, in 2-minute offense. I think they're kind of working typically out of the same formation. Things are a little bit easier, and sometimes you catch the defense in a personnel and they're not able to handle it. So I don't know. I think, because you hear all the time, like, oh, when the Ravens run the ball 30 times a game, they win. It's like, but it's not because that's necessarily the game plan. It's because that teams that win are often up in the game at some point, which means, get this, that they probably are in a position to run out the clock at some point in the game, right? They're running the ball more because they've already gained the lead. So that's why I typically think that's a really dumb stat. Oh, when they run the ball X amount of times, they win. Yeah, no kidding. Teams run out the clock. But, I don't know. Do 2-minute offenses and you know, teams running quick game, that's a sick throw for Henry Streeter. Do offenses move down the field quicker because teams are playing softer coverage and letting them get free yards? Or is it because teams are generally actually more effective in those spots. If we had Tyler Branham, I was just trying to get guaranteed yardage there. I've had to actually call my own plays here, which I never do because I needed to take Joey Boozer out of the game. I didn't want to go into the depth chart. Again, there should be a different option. There's a good run from Russ Cleveland. 3rd and 1. It's going inside zone. We're an inside zone offense. Follow off the back of the guard. It's a good. Oh, we didn't mean to celebrate in that spot. Russ Cleveland, you dog. Oh, my goodness. That is incredibly disrespectful to hit him with the, like, ball juggle. Maybe I should rephrase that. Mid-play. 1:46 to go. I think we actually have Zach Poole. Didn't really need to throw in that spot, but why not? It's a pool party in the end zone. Zach Poole has the NC State Wolfpack in the deep end. 35-14 could end up being your final. Still 2 minutes to play. NC State could get on the board, but we erased their touchdown. Congrats on the long drive. We just took it away in a minute and a half. 1:40 to go. NC State needs a miracle drive. They're not going to get it. Good pressure. Shymeek Jones right in the face of Bailey. We're going to back our corners off because we're not absolutely insane. We're going to play over the top. It's a good throw. It's a good catch. It's good everything from NC State. Terrell Anderson on the outside. Let's get our corners back. Play over the top. Ooh, are we blitzing? Didn't really mean to call a man blitz there, but it might end up working. Quinnen Ford, the transfer, brings down Bailey, and that really could be enough to do it here. I don't even think that's saying it too early. There's 1:17 to play, right? Good luck. Wow, that's so open. We gave them free yardage based on our coverage there. We were in just cover 3, and we put the strong safety in a deep zone instead of playing where he was supposed to, which would have taken that away. But I just don't want to get beat over the top. So if they want to check down, dink and dunk, even get 20 yards underneath, as long as it's not a quick touchdown, I really don't care. And as long as we play over the top, I think we can play Tampa 2. Our corners, even though they're in clouds, they should carry it vertically here. They do in real life. But, well, it can depend. Tampa 2 can actually be a 5-deep coverage. I'm like 90% sure. Because clouds can extend, depending on what you want to do. And if there's match especially. See, that's what we didn't want. How did I catch... speed off press, maybe? I didn't want to press. I had taken him off press every single time, but I'm too worried about Tampa 2 freaking rules depending on situation. And that was Zaire Nagy. Beat off press near instantly. 46 seconds, no timeouts for NC State. We'll need an onside kick and then a touchdown and then another. That's a lot to ask for. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I'm hoping that it doesn't, or I'll probably freak out. We recover the onside. Henry Streeter on to kneel it, and that is your final. 35-21. Was hoping we were going to hold them to 0 points in the fourth quarter. Didn't end up happening. But we improved to 8-1 regardless. Player stats here. We forced 3 interceptions for the senior from Miami, CJ Bailey, but Henry Streeter, 20 of 25, 173, 3 touchdowns, and of course, a really stupid pick. And then rushing, I didn't really do that much. Joey Boozer goes 9 for 51. Just got banged up, man. It's tough to keep giving guys the football in those spots. Poole, 6 for 76 with a touchdown. Lemons, 5 for 27 and a touchdown. Touchdown for Alex Higdon. And then defensively, TFLs for Berlin, Ford, Merriman, and Crick, with Quinnen Ford having a sack, half a sack for Merriman, Tobias, and Ciante Crick. Picks for Lonnie Allen, Willie Allen, and Mitch Dora, who also, of course, returned his for a touchdown. Great game. We are about to find out about some very big recruits here, hopefully getting some big-time commits. And survey says, well, we don't know. Durante Basher, of course, considering a transfer. And it still doesn't pop up on the screen. It's fixed offline. It doesn't do it offline. Online, I have some problems. But overall, some very good news. Mike Clinton joins the class. 5-star, #1 receiver. He's a route runner type, which means he is bad at football, but he has 95 speed. Route running is pretty good, of course. It better be. No abilities. Kind of sucks for the #1 wide receiver at only 5'8", 195. Alex Salmon, 4-star, high 4-star, #1 in the state of Pennsylvania, right tackle with incredible run block finesse. We don't know anything else, really. He's 88 strength is good. I like to see that. Levi Triplett chooses UCF. We gave up on him. You know why? Oliver Scherf is better. So we just stopped recruiting him. We do, however, get Tracy Tolbert, another high 4-star. He's got no speed. He's going to have no run blocking. He is good at pass protecting. He's got pocket shield. He's got play action shield. I like that he has abilities. He's the #1 right guard, #2 player in the state of Maryland. This is a really nice get for us over Pitt and West Virginia. And we now have more points to put on to Mike Cook, #1 tight end, #5 in the state of Tennessee. He can catch. We are #1 on Oliver Scherf. However, this is where things get dangerous. This is week 11. He could very easily get blown away by Auburn on his visit and pick the Tigers. That would be devastating. Hopefully, that does not happen. We're ahead, but it goes through the end. So if they beat you in this final week in any capacity, he'll be an Auburn Tiger. Now, that's a lot of points to overcome, probably, now that we have 75 points on him. But it's not inconceivable. We're going to throw a bunch of points on Bobby Fullen, who has great change of direction, great speed, high enough carrying. We did not get Sam Good. This is as close as it gets. However, what I will say again is we're looking good there. He does not have a visit to Iowa State. It does go through to the end. I think we're pacing enough to secure that commitment. That'll be next week. We're locked out on a number of players. That's totally okay. We have 200 hours, and we're going to continue what is already a fantastic class. If you look at top classes, we're in that top 10 range. We're about to be in the top 5. 3 5-stars, 6 4-stars committed of our 9. And we have potentially some huge 4-stars and maybe even another 5-star on the way. Please, can this sway work at any point? If the sway can just work once on Max Komar, I'm gonna re-put it down. If it can just work once, dude, we're gonna be able to sell something that's actually a high grade. Right now, the deep proximity to home, that's tough for us. Deep proximity to home is really not very good, but when you're selling, ideally you want 2 very good grades. We know athletic facilities could end up being one. If we could just make him want conference prestige, that would be absolutely massive for us. Please get swayed. He's a 5-star. #2 right tackle. We're maxing out our points, but I'm not sure it's going to be good enough. Because a D grade is just so terrible. Which, that's what it is if you can't see the check mark behind my head. D for proximity to home is a very, very tough grade. But we're going to rearrange some points, of course. We're going to max out on Bobby Fullen. And we're going to solidify what could end up being the best class in the nation. I think when you bring in 3 5-stars and maybe even 4, you can be in heavy consideration for that #1 class. At that point, it's just about adding players. You can do quantity over quality and come away with the #1 class. So we want the #1 class in the nation. I think we've done a pretty good job so far. I'm not sure I'm absolutely blown away by all of the 4 and 5 stars in our class. I'm not. But there are some good ones, right? And you know, hopefully we end up bringing in the class of our dreams. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.